What is up, my Lorcana Goons, and welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin, and you're watching the Monday Weekly Market Watch, where we go over Lorcana news, meta trends, and card prices. How are you fellow Illumineers doing on this wonderful Monday afternoon? It's reveal season, so you already know that Disney Lorcana is revealing new cards every single hour is what it feels like for the new Arcasia's Island set coming out in March. Check this out. Hiro Himada, Armored Designer, a Floodborn Kero. He's a 7-cost, dual ink Sapphire Emerald character with 4 strength, 6 willpower. He can quest for 3. Bro is a shift 5 and has an ability that says your Floodborn characters that have a card under them gain evasive and ward. This is awesome. So if I play a Diablo, I mean, he has evasive already, but Diablo will gain ward. You know, if you shift into any other character, potentially that new Baymax still have evasive and ward, which is really hard to out on the board. You have to challenge characters like that, right? And he's in a quest for 3. Very awesome, very cool, big body. We got a Emerald Hiro Himada that lets you draw a card when you shift onto that one, so that's really exciting too. And yeah, I just wanted to share my excitement for these new cards. I'm a huge Big Hero 6 fan, and I was definitely excited to see that we got more additions to the Big Hero 6 gang in this set. I can't wait to play a Big Hero deck at locals. I'm super excited for that. My take so far is that dual inks aren't super powerful. I mean, most of the set is getting revealed this week, I think. But if you want to keep up with all these awesome card reveals and more Lorcana news, check out Musha Report. They're awesome people. They've been updating their card catalog with all the reveals, like this Shift Hey that we received for a dual ink Sapphire Steel deck. So if you want to play a Sapphire Steel deck, you can play with this Shift Hey, which is really awesome. He has resist +1 when you play this character. Put all cards from your hand into the inkwell face down and exerted. What the heck? This is actually really awesome. Oh my goodness, I can already see crazy plays with this where you dump your whole entire hand and then you top deck a whole new world or something crazy like that, right? But Sapphire Steel is getting a lot of support. Steel in general has a lot of cards in the deck that give you advantages for having no cards in hand, like Tiana. There's also a world where you play Sad Beast before you trigger this Hey ability for whatever reason. That way you can have a way to draw more cards next turn. But it's a very interesting card that I think can be abused. Thunderbolt, this is very interesting. This has an ability called Puppy Shift. Puppy Shift 3. You can pay 3 ink to play this on top of one of your puppy characters. So this is not a puppy character. Technically, it's Thunderbolt, the Wonder Dog, but you could shift this on top of your Dalmatian puppies. I think they're really trying to make the Dalmatian deck meta relevant. We got new Pongos. So many characters to go over, like this Donald Duck, which changes the win condition to your opponent needs 25 lore to win the game. Wow, we're just getting really creative in the world of Lorcana now. Like I said, if you want to check out on more card reveals news, we're going to be dropping videos this week. Check out Mushu Report, awesome website that stays up to date. Follow us on Twitter and all the social medias too, and join our Discord because we're having tons of meta conversations in there as well. But it's time to go over some meta-relevant discussions. I want to talk about Rapunzel, gifted with healing, because this card is from the first chapter, continues to just be it's super expensive. It goes up in price every week is what it feels like. This week, it's still at $50, around $53, the lowest verified by Shazus. Before that, there is one seller, non-inkables. They have 3 of them for you, though, right at $50 with $1.50 shipping. And you can buy all 3 from one seller, so it makes it a little easier on your wallet. Japanese Rapunzels are also selling on TCG Player for around $45, $42 with $1.25 shipping. Huge shout out to Jace and his brother who came by our booth at Ninja Exchange in Carlsbad, California. It was his brother's birthday, and we had to hook him up with a birthday pack. I really wish I would have filmed it too, but it was just a spur of the moment kind of thing. We spread out the first chapter Japanese packs I had. He picked one, and bam, he pulled the Rapunzel out of the birthday pack. So that's what we like to call the booth luck. Once again, happy birthday, Jace's brother. I forgot your name, bro, but Jace, tell your brother I said happy birthday again. Awesome people that have been coming to visit us at our booths. If you know Zach from the channel as well, he has a booth at Frankensons. But yeah, foil Rapunzels, this is where it gets crazy. So I noticed foil Rapunzels were getting really expensive again. Lowest verified for a near mint foil Rapunzel is going to be Quibbles TCG. They have the listing at $135 on TCG Player. They haven't sold at that price yet. Recent sales are $90, $72, and $53. So if you got these Rapunzels at $50 some for the foils. That's actually crazy. That might have been a mistake. You never know, or the shipping might have been crazy. But in general, the most recent like high sales 90 and 72. But we'll see if any of these sell at $134. I wouldn't doubt it if some listings pop up at around closer to $100 for a cold foil Rapunzel, and those probably sell. But we're getting a lot of amber reveals, a lot of insane amber potential in the new set. Like that puppy deck I was telling you about. And every single deck that plays amber, I feel like there's no way you don't play for Rapunzel. Maui Half Shark. This card was shooting up in price last week. I think because a lot of Sapphire hype was built up from some of the reveals, and it was hitting as high as like 47, almost $50 in sales. 45 is like the recent sales prices. But we did see that kind of calm down over the weekend. Today's lowest verified is Pack Smashers, $40.98 included. So it's a $40 legendary, which is still really surprising because even in the meta, when this was dominating like the DLCs and set champs, they were only selling for like $35. And now we don't have any tournaments coming up, but they're more expensive. So very interesting there. Cold foils, not that many listings, only 8 listings available right now. And if you pick these up, at around $50, when Zach and I were talking about how this cold foil is around a $50 cold foil at that point, and you probably are very happy right now because lowest verified is $72.99 for a cold foil Maui Shark. So $75 is really close to probably what you want to value that card if you have it in your trade binder. You know, maybe you're doing some trades with your friends or some people at locals, or maybe you're even playing for some cards or something. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, around $75 is what I would value that card out personally for a cold foil Maui Half Shark. Sisu, Empowered Sibling, very relevant in your future Ruby decks, kind of coming down in price as well after this little hype situation from last week. $24.72 with $1.27 shipping is the lowest verified now, so around $25. And if you want a cold foil Sisu, they're around $30 from some non-verified sellers, and close to $40 for the lowest verified. Hometown Gaming TCG, $37.20 for a cold foil Sisu, but a bunch of non-verified sellers have them for way cheaper. TCG Hydra has them for $31.20. That's like the cheapest listing right there. Non-verified sellers, maybe you want to help them out with some sales right there. Diablo Devoted Herald. I do think this card might come into style again next format. There's a world where Diablo is pretty good. I feel like these were selling for less than $20 for a while. Yes, these were selling for less than $20 for a cool minute. Plenty of non-verified sellers have them for around $22, but lowest verified is R&R Gaming for $23.99. Very close to $25 again for your Diablo Devoted Herald. And I'm already thinking about how I'm going to be playing my Diablos in this Big Hero 6 Floodborne deck because it's looking like the Big Hero 6 deck is going to be like a deck that like benefits Floodborne potential. They have that new Sapphire item where you draw a card when you shift. There's a world where we play Bucky again, every time you shift. Cold foil Diablos are selling pretty cheap right now, $27.88 Omega Gaming. This tends to happen with legendaries that have enchanted rares. So personally, in my opinion, if anybody's listening from Ravensburg, I would much rather see enchanted rares be some cards that are not legendaries, like maybe some commons, uncommons. Can you imagine how cool it would be if we had enchanted Sail the Azurite Sea, or enchanted Tipo, or enchanted Goons even. But non-legendary enchanteds are cool in my opinion. And enchanted Amethyst Diablo would have been nice, stuff like that. They don't gotta be legendaries, you know what I mean? This is a cool one, don't get me wrong. I like the Diablo enchanted for the Emerald package, but they don't all gotta be like that. We could have some full arts for some non-legendaries, right? Baymax Armored Companion. I'm not sure if you even play this in the new Big Hero deck, but this card's going up in price nonetheless. It's $15 now. Crackerjack Collects, lowest verified, $14.50 with $1 shipping. We got to include that shipping price. Cold foils for this card have been also going up a little bit. $16.90 actually. This is where they're at today. Not too much more than the non-foils, so I'd rather just get the cold foils if you really want to play this in a deck, rather than getting the non-foils, which are still going to be close to $15 when you can get the cold foils for what, 17? People were not playing Fishbone Quill in their Ruby Sapphire decks this format, but I think Sapphire is getting a lot of universal support for maybe a Sapphire Steel deck or Sapphire Emerald even. And in those decks, I do think you want to play Fishbone Quill. Right now, they're super cheap. $5. These used to be like $10 cards, non-foil. The local game shop is the lowest verified, $5. And if you want a Japanese one because you like the Japanese card stock more, like I do, they're $5 as well, right here by this seller, Enchanted Finds. So not too shabby in my opinion. $5 for a fishbone quill seems pretty safe. I do think this card's going to be relevant next format, and there's probably going to be some sales data to back that up in a couple weeks from now. Cold foils are only $15 too. Tabletop Gaming lowest verified, $14.89 right there for a cold foil fishbone quill. But that's really it that I have to say about like meta relevancy this week, just because I feel like the Azurite Sea format is over. Huge congrats to Dinkan Fam again for winning another tournament over the weekend and solidifying that Ruby Sapphire is such a good deck. So let's finish off with that and start talking about some collector stuff that I've been noticing. There's a lot of collectors in Lorcana, and I feel like they don't get a lot of the spotlight. People forget that people collect other games too, and a lot of people are collecting some of these Lorcana cards, some of these DLC promos, because Rapunzels are expensive. These DLC non-foil Rapunzel promos are selling on TCG Player for more than $200. We have a recent sale on Valentine's Day for $229. That sounds like a great Valentine's gift in my opinion. Two sales, two for $200 is what it's looking like. So and lowest verified today is going to be MTG Solid, $214 with $3 shipping. So then it's $216 by Gordon's card. So around $215 for your non-foil Rapunzel gifted with healings. If you guys collected these at DLCs this past year, make sure you have them in your trade binders and make sure you value them at a good price. If you've been looking to get some enchanted and you want to take them to your local game store, try and get some trade value, some trade credit, or if you know some people at your locals that have enchanted rares, this is some good trade bait right here. These are really expensive right now, and these are crazy. This is even crazier. The Cinderella Stouthearted, amazing trade bait apparently right now, because there's only 2 listings on TCG Player that are non-foil today, and we have a recent sale of $250 on the 16th, which was on Sunday, and on Sunday as well, another sale, 2 of them for $200, $199.99, then $193, then another $199. So these are selling for $200 throughout this weekend. Maybe try and find them on eBay though, because if you go on eBay, there are some sellers that are selling them for way cheaper. It's looking like today there was a best offer accepted for $150. Not $200+ like the sales we just saw, but still that's a lot better. We have another sale right here through eBay, which was on the 15th, which was 2 days ago on Saturday. $130 best offer accepted. So maybe try and hit eBay for these non-foil DLC Rapunzels before they become super duper expensive. And another recent sale here on the 14th on Valentine's Day for $150 best offer accepted as well. And another one here. So it's looking like a couple days ago these were selling on eBay for a lot cheaper than $200. However, today all the listings for Rapunzel, this Rapunzel promo on eBay are more than $200 now. So people on eBay caught on. Same goes for the Cinderella here. We have listings now at $200+ for each non-foil that I can find on here. Even some at outrageous prices like $400. So don't buy those from eBay. But on TCG Player, yeah, you're not gonna be able to find them anymore. So maybe these were some pretty good pickups at the DLCs if you guys were playing those and farming these. I don't know how long you should hold these. I think right now is a very good time to list them if you want to list them at this absurd price, but I know no guarantees. It could end up selling for $700 in the future. You never really know. However, I do think that given this new information, the Cusco Temperamental Emperor that you were able to acquire at the Nationals, the Continental Challenge, is super inexpensive. After seeing the Cinderella stuff, I'm surprised these are still less than $50. 46 lowest verified is the lowest verified listing by Construct Gaming. 46.48. They have 2 of them for you right there. R&R Gaming 46.50. They have 8 of them right there. Not too shabby right there. But yeah, so $50 only for these Cuscos and when these Cindy's and Rapunzels are just shooting up in price. So we'll see how long it takes for Cusco to catch up. Okay, Shere Khan, some more collector cards. Shere Khan, the Enchanted, the Menacing Predator, has been reaching heights as high as $100 lately. Lowest verified is now $95 by Onboard Gaming. There's only 13 listings, and if you wanted it less than around $100, all those listings are gone. 66, 65, 85, 87. These are all the recent comps. So no longer can you find them for that $60 price mark. After like about 5 listings, we start to hit $100, $105 by Fun and Games. So those are some cool enchanted rares that are going up in price. Jafar, Strike and Illusionist, this one also going up in price a little bit. These were less than $100, and right now Tall Tales Gaming has them for $98.25 lowest verified. Here's another one to look out for you collectors out there. Cinderella Ballroom Sensation has been going up in price. These are now selling for around $300 for the Enchanted Rare. Huge shout out to Red, who came by the booth this weekend, and we did a huge trade for some inventory on my Cinderella. But if you wanted this Cinderella at less than 300, it's no longer available for that price. All the listings for 295, 299, they're all gone. They've been selling for 300 for a cool minute, but now I feel like it's solidified its price because there's only a couple of listings that are around that $300 mark, and then it starts to hit 315 very quickly, 320. So we'll see if it keeps going up as the weeks go on. But I think this is a good promo. Sorry, a good Enchanted Rare. Whenever I think of like hits, or like which set I think is where I would personally want to get a hit from, I really think about this Cinderella. Oftentimes people come to our booth and ask, hey, should we buy packs of what set? You know, like I don't know, what comes in what set? And if I have any Floodborne packs, I tend to gravitate to that one because I'm like, you know what, Floodborne's still pretty cheap right now, and I think like Cinderella is one of the best hits you can get compared to maybe something like Mufasa from Shimmering Skies. So it's up there. I think Floodborne's still really cheap, so to be able to pull a Cinderella like this out of the set 2, I think it's still really nice right now because it's available. You know, you can still find Floodborne packs and Floodborne boxes widely available on the secondary market, and I think right now the Floodborne boxes are selling for around market price, like 140, 150. And this is, you know, one of the best Enchanted Rares in the game, so that's still pretty cool to see. And since we're on the topic of like really good enchants in the game, we got to talk about Elsa. We have some recent sales for Elsa happening this last couple weeks or so, and it's been shooting up the price on TCG Player at least. Today, 2 sales at 150, 859, and 899. So the sale at $900 today. That's very important to note. We have another one 858, 800, 800. All the ones at 800 are now gone. Lowest verified is 850. Then we have a light plate at 950, and then another one at 959, and then it jumps to 1,000. So only 4 listings that are less than $1,000 right now for this Enchanted Elsa. So, you know, if you're somebody who wants to get in on the Elsa before it starts shooting up again, like some Moonbryon activity, maybe now is the time because we are starting to see some sales movement happen there. But, you know, what am I saying? I have an Elsa, so I'm biased, right? I would like to see this card go up. First chapter boxes, though, are still pretty expensive. They're coming down on this chart right here, but that's because the TCG Player takes into consideration the Japanese boxes as well for market price. But that is impacting the market a little bit as well because some people would rather buy Japanese than English, because why pay $330 for a first chapter booster box English when you can pay $60 or almost $50 shipping included for a a Japanese booster box, right? But you have to buy a whole case to get them at that price. But still, you can get first chapter Japanese booster boxes for around $60 to $65, maybe even $70 depending on like shipping and stuff. Through TCG Player, you can get cases for $50 a box, and then the English one is like super expensive still though. So I think Japanese first chapter might be preferred right now for some people. I have a lot of people who have been enjoying themselves opening those packs at the booth, which is really cool. So you know, if you're hesitant about the Japanese first chapter packs, just know you can use them in English tournaments as well. The D23 promo boxes though, these are coming down in price. These are selling for $300, $275. 300 was like the asking price, and today lowest verified is 258. Then 267 right here by Board Modi and Cybertech Gaming. So less than $300 now is where you can find these at, but we'll see if these drop any lower. The Arcadia Island gift box. I just wanted to talk about this real quick because you're getting these pre-order, pre-sale items on TCG Player now, and they're overly priced. I don't think you have to pre-order this. You can find these at MSRP for $30 instead of this $10 tax. Just wait till it comes out. You know, wait till your local game store has it. Wait till you find them at Target the same way you always find troves at Target for Azurite Sea, right? These are really cool though. They come with the Lilo Escape Artist promo, and they come with 5 packs from sets 2 through 6. No first chapter packs in these, which is really good though. I'm super excited for these. This is really cool for Lorcana, I think. And all the Arcasia's Island singles, and not all of them obviously, but a lot of the sealed product and a lot of the singles are on TCG Player already listed to pre-order. And you know what we always say on this channel, don't buy the pre-orders for these singles. It doesn't make sense, never worth it. This Super Bolt is an awesome card, but it's not going to be $15. In Lorcana, if you're new to the game, I always have people tell me this, yeah, I didn't know that the card prices just drop on set release. So I pre-ordered a bunch of legendaries. So you know, it's not like some of the other games you don't need to pre-order. There's definitely plenty of cards to go around, non-foils anyways. I think cold foils are really the ones that get really expensive. So if there's any cards that you like, that you think are really good, that are cold foil, maybe you want to try and get those early on. But non-foil, there's no reason to pay $1 for any of these commons and uncommons. You're going to be cracking packs. You're going to pull all these cards. So don't do the pre-orders. On Amazon as well, you can find MSRP pricing already for Arcasia's Island, so there's no need to pre-order any of those sealed products for like $10 premiums, right? So just giving you guys some helpful tips right there. But today's Monday, so we're gonna go ahead and run our PSA Mondays series and take a look at some PSA 10 Lorcana stuff on 130 point. Check this out. I love to see the expensive Lorcana stuff sell. Just today we have sales for the PSA 10 Captain Hook D23 promo. This is like the original first edition Lorcana cards that were released in on D23 in 2022. It's how they announced Lorcana, if you didn't know the lore. Selling for a best offer accepted of $1,650. Same goes for this Robin Hood, same price, PSA 10. It's looking like somebody offloaded their PSA 10 D23 collection, because we have another sale for a Maleficent Monsters Dragon D23 edition, PSA 10 selling for $2,100. That's $2,100 for the Maleficent Monsters Dragon D23 from 2022, which, if you didn't know, this has an errata. The text on this card is different than the actual printing when it came out in English. So I think that's really cool. The Rockstar Stitch as well. PSA 10 selling for $2,100. Wow, a whopping $2,100 for the PSA 10 cards right here is what they're selling for. And I do believe they were selling for more at one point, but at least, you know, we're starting to see some sales prices, some sales movement as well for these. On it feels like a regular basis, at least right now in February and January. We've been seeing a lot of sales for these. Maybe the tax return's just hitting right now, right? Look at this, $510 for a 2024 D23 set. This is the most recent one that we were just talking about that comes in the collection. A lot easier to get a PSA 10 on these, I think, though, because they come in that edition sealed, right? Ooh, PSA 10 Robin Hood, Champion of Sherwood, $219. That's really cool. That's a playable enchanted as well. $250 for a PSA 10, and then along came Zeus Enchanted Rare. That's really interesting. I like to see that one because this is an important Enchanted Rare. It's a good card in the meta. So I think if this is slabbed up, you know, it does take away from letting some people play it in their decks, and I think it's really cool to see some of these slabbed up. If I had enough money in capital, I would love to get Lorcana slabs. I don't think I'm there yet, and I don't think the community is there yet, at least not where I'm at in the West Coast. But it'd be really cool. Maybe I'll start just getting random cold foils. That's the thing. I don't want to get cold foils slabbed. Like, I think cold foils are cool, like this promo Mickey right here, but I would much rather get a full art card slabbed. You know what I mean? So I really want to see some like full arts that aren't enchanted rares in Lorcana, because I don't want to have to get like an enchanted rare slab. You know, maybe I'll get some slabs of these, of the D100s gift set. Maybe I'll get a slab of those. That would be really cool, right? Oh, look at this. This is really nice. You're welcome. PSA 10 slab, $180 selling today. That's really nice to see. Some really cool PSA 10 cards, guys. If you want to check out how I'm looking at these are recent sales. I'm on 130point.com, and it lets you search out certain filters so you can see recent sales through eBay, and that's how I'm finding these PSA 10 slabs. This one's really cool, actually. PSA 10 Lady Tremaine. This is a sale for $30. I like to see that. So even the non-enchanted rares are selling. Oh, a PSA 10 Cinderella, $450. That sold yesterday. So a lot of sales. Ooh, this one's really important. DLC promo. DLC Cinderella promo, PSA 10 selling for $1,400. Ooh, that's a chunk of change right there. Love to see that. But yeah, my goons, if you're into collecting, go ahead and check out 130 point. Lets you check out the recent sales right there for some slabs. I just type in Disney Lorcana PSA 10, and it shows all the information from the recent eBay sales. And if you're into slabs yourself, let me know what kind of slabs you collect. Remember, guys, Arcasia's Island comes out, I believe, the week of March 7th at your local game stores. So keep on the lookout of those. It's going to take 2 weeks before they hit the shelves at Target and Walmart and all that. But as we've been seeing, you can find Azurite Sea troves and gift sets plenty on the shelf. So I don't think you're going to have trouble finding Arcasia's Island. A lot of people just don't purchase Lorcana like that at, I guess, the retail level. But I wouldn't sleep on those gift boxes that come with packs from the other sets. I think those are really cool. The Lilo promo is really cool. And I'm definitely not going to sleep on some of these awesome cards like the Hero Himata Armor Designer. Oh, I can't wait to see what enchanteds we get. You know we're going to get some dual ink enchanted rares. I just hope the hit rates aren't as bad as they've been lately, because I feel like I haven't been pulling an enchanted per case personally, right? So I can only imagine what it's like for people who aren't getting like the best like distribution price, who are buying them at like market price, you know, and trying to crack open for an enchanted and not pulling one. That must be heartbreaking, you know. So would love to see more full arts. Can't wait for Arcasia's Island. But until then, remember to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we'll see you goons next time.